We on? Hang on just a second. Let me turn that thing off. Hang on. It's amazing what a 1 week away will do. Hang on just a second. There we go. Welcome, everyone, to our Wednesday call live from Sedona. We just got done doing a live retreat. And of course, what other kind of retreat is there? Hang on, I almost forgot one more thing. There's too many things to remember here. Video, there we go. I'll set that up. There, okay, now we're set, we're ready to go. So we just got done doing I led a retreat here in Sedona with a group of about a dozen people, and we had a beautiful soul from Miami who helped lead a plant medicine elixir ceremony, her magic. And we did that for 2 days as well. So we prepared for a day, did the ceremonies, and then we've been integrating for a couple of days. And it's just been absolutely amazing. And some amazing discoveries that we've found as well that I wanted to share with you tonight. So hang on just a second. There we go. All right. And I look forward to your questions momentarily after we have a little chat about some of these new things that we discovered. And my sincere apologies for missing last week. Last Wednesday was our first day here, and I was just so swept away and distracted. As a matter of fact, I'm overlooking these beautiful mountains as we speak. We have a beautiful view from the place that we've been staying at. So I got swept away. So my apologies. It was 6:30. Yeah, oh no, I forgot. So we are here tonight and wanted to share some really fascinating things, a new discovery. So these participants here, these initiates, were discovering right along with me. And one of the things that there's just so many things. One of the things that was quite profound is we had a very special person joining us for this retreat that was a yoga teacher, and he used to be a monk, and he is an expert in detox and cleansing parasites and all of the yucky things in our field, in our system. And there was one day when we were on our hike, and I was mentioning how I have the ability to calibrate all of our body systems and body organs, being able to bring them up to 100%, and also being able to fill our cells with light and being able to measure and calibrate those. And but I was mentioning I still had a little issue. Now, no one else would notice it in clothes, but I notice it. Still a little issue with some of that belly fat, right? And I think it's quite a phenomenon for a lot of people. And so I mentioned that, I keep all of my systems up to par, 100%. And then he created the inquiry about what about your genetic or ancestral body? So the things that get passed down through generations. And so I decided to check. I started to check a few organs. So like the adrenals and, well, we'll start with the kidneys first. The kidneys, which he believes is one of the main detox organs. And when that's off, it throws everything off. But my kidneys are fine now as far as energetic functioning. But then we looked at the ancestral genetic part of our ancestral body with the kidneys. And that was very low. That was, I think it was at 3% or something like that. So I went and found what was interfering with that. So that was very fascinating. And so I started going through all my body systems, and I was actually pleasantly surprised to find so many low, because then that gave me something else to work on. Like, how does it get better than this? And then you keep finding ways that you can elevate your body systems, body organs, so that they function even better. fascinating. All these, so this opened like a Pandora's box where now we can not only calibrate the functioning of our physiology, but now we can also calibrate what's been passed down through our ancestors that needs to be cleared. So I'll share one other thing that was quite fascinating. That as I was calibrating, all my body organs, I decided to check the heart. I have a strong heart, but I found it at 50%, that the ancestral genetic body. And so that made me remember that every now and then I have this kind of a funny flutter that happens in my heart. It's not a problem, but it's kind of just a funny feeling. And so then the following day, when we were participating in the Egyptian elixir, which is a plant medicine, this is a plant intelligent, a very intelligent ally where you can ask questions and it will reveal answers to you. So during the ceremony, after I had ingested the medicine, I made the inquiry about my heart and what about this little flutter. No, I forgot to push start. Darn, I hate that. Okay, we'll push start now. It is what it is. But I will start over with at least the heart flutter part. Okay, so so I decided to measure my ancestral genetic part of my heart. My heart energetically is at 100%. But then I remembered this little flutter I have in my heart every now and then. So that made sense. So I cleared this genetic piece before the ceremony, which we did the following day. But I was able to ask the medicine, which is a very intelligent ally that works with you, knows exactly what you need, and you can communicate with it. So I asked about this little flutter. What was it that made something happen in my ancestry that caused a lot of fright, caused a lot of fear? And came to discover that there was a 5-year-old about 5 generations back who was terrorized when intruders came into their home and basically killed her and her family. So that was the terror that still lived in this genetic body that was passed down. And thus, I was able to find it in this lifetime and clear it. So, and then that night, I had the faintest of that little flutter. It was almost like, well, you know what it was like before, but this is what it's like now, and made me think that it's only going to continue to get better and will eventually fade, I think probably in a very short time. At any rate, so this has opened a whole Pandora's box of all the different things that we can check now with our physiology. And we've also made some interesting discoveries with the participants in the group. So we checked as a group, went through a bunch of the elimination system, and even the pineal gland and the adrenals, which govern the kidneys, and the pineal govern the adrenals. So those 3 are also a very important part of your elimination system. So we were fascinated by a few things. Now, it was something I wished I had recorded, but I didn't. And I was like, darn, because I don't always remember things very accurately or completely. But I do remember a few things, and one in particular. I think, well, we measured the kidneys first because we're all here, cleansing and energetically elevating and detoxing. And so it's been quite profound. So we were especially interested in the elimination system. So everybody's, I think they were all low. And so this was kind of the opposite of a lot of the things I was measuring in myself. So I have a high frequency, but my ancestral body was low on a lot of things. Here, it was the opposite. So with the participants. Like we've measured their kidneys and it was very low functioning. However, the ancestors was great. We did like the adrenals and the amygdala, which works together with helping you deal with stress, and discovered that the amygdala and adrenals, like theirs was actually good in present time, but their no, I have this backwards. The ancestors were at 100%, but theirs was like currently very low. So their ancestors, and this went back like what you're asking, well, how far back are we going? So it went back about 10 generations. And 10 generations ago, we're not stressed out like we are now. You know, people pounding the coffee and there's this program. So as we cleared these different energies that relate to the genetic and ancestral bodies, and in current time, what we discovered is that there's a lot of programming, especially in the sixth chakra and in the root where you don't feel safe. The world is just kind of crazy right now, right? And people are very stressed out and maybe drinking a lot of coffee and not in their bodies and not being grounded. So they can eliminate all these things that create havoc on their system. So it was just interesting that these, like now, very low with the adrenals and amygdala, but their ancestors not stressed out 10 generations ago. And they were at 100% with the amygdala and the adrenals. And then the same thing happened with the skin. Now, the skin is one of your largest elimination organs. So the skin of the ancestors as an elimination organ was at 100% 10 generations ago. They, you know, didn't worship the sun, but they certainly knew the benefits of it, that it's a way to regenerate our bodies. It recharges our battery. However, now the skin as an elimination organ was very low. I think it was like 3%, which made me think of how much now in present time in our modern day, we are polluting our skin with all kinds of things, especially sunscreens, which block this life generating energy. And so between this blocking the sun and also all the programming around how they've made the sun an evil thing, like, you know, the sun can kill you. And obviously if you abuse the sun, of course it can burn you and so forth. But if it's used with discernment and you remove the programs that create fear, you're going to have a different experience with the sun. So if you have a lot of curses in your field because of these programs that tell you the sun is dangerous, the sun will give you cancer, the sun will kill you, the sun will make you go blind, all these things, this is why people avoid the sun and they're not benefiting from the life benefits of the sun. And then on top of that, you have, you know, all the chemtrails that are blocking the sun from being able to even interact with our skin. So it was really fascinating to see that 10 generations ago, our ancestors' skin operated optimally at 100%. And now 3% our skin, at least it was with this group, where their functioning was operating at 3% energetically. So when we removed all of these programs and curses, this is how you give your body systems, in this case, the skin, the opportunity to start functioning more normally. Now, this is not waving a magic wand and now all of a sudden, you know, your skin or your kidneys or whatever it is we're working on are now magically healed. But what we're doing is we're giving these body systems and body organs an opportunity to raise the frequency so that then the body, your physiology, can start catching up to these higher frequencies. And this is how you regenerate. This is how you reverse aging. This is how you live a vibrant, healthy life. And so I'm really, really excited about this. In fact, it made me um, realize how important this information is. And also, a lot of the information that Krita, the yoga teacher, was bringing forward about detoxing. And every morning we did these amazing breathing exercises and a whole yoga process, which was very different than anything I've ever done. And it was absolutely phenomenal. So we are going to be teaming up and doing future retreats together where we can combine our expertise in these two fields to really make a powerful, impactful retreat that's all about health, wellness, longevity, vibrancy, you know, reverse aging. And I'm really excited about that. Whew, that felt like a lot. Well, let's see what else. Let me see who's here tonight. I am excited to see who is here. Let me get some glasses on. We have Marianne and Nancy. Great to see you're able to listen in. She was here at the retreat, and she's sitting in the airport waiting for her flight home. How does it get better than this, right? Excellent. All right, we have yes. Okay. How was the retreat? The retreat has been absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. So we gonna do it again. Absolutely, very soon. We don't know when, but why? Thank you. That I look beautiful. Thanks. Must be all that breathing. This can't say necessarily fresh air because they've been trying to do a lot of chemtrails here, but certainly all the energetic vortexes and the energy here, if you've ever been here, is absolutely phenomenal. So it was amazing. Yes, thank you. And Tara, who was also here, who's on her way back to South Florida. Great. Yes, Nancy says amazing was an understatement. And I look fabulous. Well, thank you. I'll always take a compliment. All right. Glowing, yes. Aloha from Oahu. Great. Rico. And let's see. This is a great presentation. I wasn't there. Well, yeah, maybe next time we will be. It looks like we'll be probably most likely doing it in Hawaii. So we have what is Rico and your wife. That would be my favorite island is Kauai, so that would be my preference. But we'll see how it goes. My question is one I had for last week. Could you tell me? Well, and yeah, I'm sorry that I missed last week. So you still have your question. My question is one I had last week. Okay. Could you tell me if I was meant to meet TC and FB? Were there other lifetimes with them in it? Were you meant to? Well, if you meet someone, that you're meant to meet them. I mean, it's, that's just the way things work. Whether or not when it sounds like you're talking about some kind of a relationship, maybe. I always like to check past lives, and especially if they're unresolved. So, do you have unresolved lifetimes with TC? Let's see. This is Marianne. No. And with FB, yes. Yeah. You have 3 unresolved lifetimes with this person. And they have 10. Yeah. So for you, these relate a lot to beliefs. So some beliefs in your 6th chakra that created a lot of anger. And so that would need to be cleared. And in the root programs, there's about 50 there. And that relates to Also, it's got a lot of fury in it. So I don't know the story around that, but that's just the basic energetics. Why, thank you, Jetta. We missed you. I was so bummed you weren't here. And Sveta was asking about you. So thank you. Yes, we did miss her. Paula's busy at work, but she says hi. Okay, great. Yes, hopefully you can make the next one. Yes, we're not sure when it's going to be, but looks like it will probably be in Hawaii. Close with both, but married to someone else. I see. So kind of like a miss the train kind of a thing. Here's Deborah who says, my energy has been on the floor. What can I do? A broom and a dustpan might help. I'm teasing. Okay, so first of all, Energy 101, you have no grounding cord. So that's the most important part of any shift that you want to make in your energy field. If you're not grounded, there's nowhere for all the stuff that's kind of making you a little feeling off. There's no place for it to go. So that's number one, is get grounded. In your case, what's causing you to be ungrounded, there are those 50 programs, and these programs can show up every day for some people. And the dark side will put these programs, they often look like black boxes, in your root chakra because they know that that will knock out your grounding cord. It's hard to ground with these programs that are in your root chakra. So that's number one, is to get grounded. And it sounds like, I don't know if you listen to my 20-minute meditation, but that is essential. Now, if you are, and you're still ungrounded, you need to find a way to confirm if you have indeed grounded your energy field. So here at the retreat, everyone got a dowsing tool so that they can start practicing. You know, is it yes or no? Am I grounded? Yes or no? And so this is really, really important, that if you don't know how to get your internal yes or no, and there's lots of ways to do it, that this is something you need to start doing. And where I started was with a pendulum, and it by holding it by that string, the energy that comes through your arm is going to pass through that cord, and then it creates a circuit into this pendulum. So, and if you're afraid that this is witchcraft or something like that, those are just beliefs and programs meant to keep you from learning how to access your internal yes or no. This is all just working with energy. So that would be number one. So you're still not grounded. So that looks like you need a lot of practice with just that very basic part. All right, let's see, what else have we got here? So is this the same lady? Okay, so also, Deborah, my mom hasn't felt good on and off, she says, from the chemtrails. Well, she also doesn't have a grounding cord. So I wouldn't blame it on the chemtrails. I would blame it on not being grounded. So when you have no grounding cord, that's like a house without plumbing. And when all the sewage, energetic sewage backs up, there's no place for it to go, you're going to feel like shit. So just energy 101, get grounded. All right. Let's see what else we have here. This is a little Kantic. Hi, I have an exam coming up and I'm unable to focus. Is there anything that's in my energy field that's preventing me from focusing? Well, let's see if you're grounded. You are, so congratulations. Yes, right in your sixth chakra. Hang on, there's a hair there. Right in your sixth chakra, there are cords, about 20. These are AI cords, ancient interference, and so they are blocking your ability to see clearly. That's also going to affect your ability to focus. And the third eye also has a lens. And let's see, lenses. Yeah, see, that's only at 3%. So you're not going to be able to see clearly with your third eye with that lens congested. So in that lens is curses, 50. That is also from ancient interference, AI. And let's see, focus. Focus is only at, it's at 0. Okay. In your root chakra, there's also more curses, about 20. And so saying hello to that just caused you to get ungrounded. So clear the curses, and 50 programs in that root chakra that'll help you get grounded. Yeah, you're already grounded now, again, just by me letting you know that. So you're quite capable. Let's see what else. So lens, you're fast. Okay, great. The lens here in your sixth chakra is now at 100%, and ability to focus is now at 100%. Well done. So see, this is an example of how quickly you can move energies. So some of us who are a little more advanced, sometimes people are quite capable, they just don't know where it is. So that's great. I welcome people like you to find out what's going on. All right, Gigi, I am trying to keep my heart open to resonate at a high frequency to attract a romantic soulmate, but some days it feels low. Do I have a program I need to get rid of? Yes, attracting a partner. This is a big subject, big topic. So first of all, you have no grounding cord. So when you're not grounded, you're not going to feel confident. When you're not grounded, your root chakra doesn't feel safe. So you're not going to feel safe. Let's see what else. Heart, yeah. Heart also not grounded. So you don't feel safe to step into this heart, which is currently only open 3%. So you've got some work to do before you try to attract a partner. So if you're looking for a partner to help you feel love, that's backwards. You need to ground your heart, open your heart, and this will help you to feel safer, to be vulnerable. Because in a relationship, that's what it's all about. You have to feel safe enough in your heart that you can let your heart energy flow, right? And so these are some of the things, just very few, like tip of the iceberg things that are interfering with your ability to find a romantic partner. So most people are doing it backwards. They're looking for the partner to feel love. They're looking for that someone on the outside to make them feel so they don't feel empty anymore, or so they don't feel lost, or whatever it is. All of that needs to get fixed, or not even fixed. I don't want to make it sound like you're broken. You're already perfect and lovable and all of those things already, but there's a lot of interference so that you don't recognize it. You don't see it. You don't believe it. And so those are the things that we're doing when we're clearing energies, is we're clearing all those things that are interfering with our ability to drop into our heart and to feel safe. One of the things that we did at this retreat as well that's been quite powerful, and it's almost like a whole new field of work, it seems like. We originally started, or I started helping people balance their feminine and masculine energies, which we should have 100% of each. And then it evolved into, well, let's calibrate it in every chakra on both sides. And then are they communicating? Because we have to have a balance here in our masculine and feminine energies, so that our own feminine energy feels supported by our masculine energy. Like we know we have our back, so to speak, by the masculine side of us. And so then we can play back and forth with those two roles in our energy field. When those are balanced, then you can start to attract a more balanced partner. And so then it's evolved to the queen and the king, and in every chakra. And how do they communicate? And then it's evolved into measuring the priestess, because a lot of you are evolving into higher frequency work, more spiritual work, light work, and are accessing this priestess energy. Well, in order to feel supported in your priestess, you need the priest frequency. And so it's been absolutely shocking and not surprising at all, the amount of curses in this priest energy, because of all the distortions that have happened with priests on the planet. And so also a lot of programming, a lot of shame, a lot of just distortions. So we've been clearing that energy out of the priest so that the priestess can feel supported by this priest energy, and she can feel safe to step into her gifts. Then it evolved into the high priestess and the high priest. And then above that is the Hierophant, which I don't know this for a fact, but I would assume that that is non-gender. It is just the highest frequency, almost like a conglomeration of the two. I'd love to know if that's not accurate, but it kind of just feels that way. Anyway, so we measured all of those in 3D. Then it's evolved, well, let's do all of that in the 5th dimension. So it's been, again, amazing how we can bring all of this up into 3D, which is where most people are operating from now, and then find all new things that are blocking us from being able to access this 5th dimension, which is where humanity is ascending to, where we're all evolving, and why it's been so challenging getting up to this higher frequency. And then those of us who are even more advanced are operating from the 12th dimension. So it's jumping from 3D to 5D, all the way up to the 12th dimension. And I was amazed that in the 12th dimension, there's not as many blocks as there are in 3D and 5D. So it's been really fascinating, this whole evolution of how, when all of those parts of our energy anatomy are at a high percent, and then we can feel that support and operate from a much higher balanced frequency, that then we can attract that partner that's aligned with that. So if it sounds like you have a little work to do, Gigi, great. I think that's great. All right, let's go on. Okay. So here's Deborah saying it's hard to stay grounded. So every time you say that, you anchor that belief. And so it's not that it's hard, it's just that you haven't learned the technique, or you haven't maybe practiced enough, or you haven't experienced the difference between being grounded or not being grounded. So here's what I would suggest if you've never joined us for our monthly luminary activation, where everybody gets grounded, all 5 parts to getting ultra grounded. So we not only get grounded, but we also do the whole process of running your energy, where we run, we also make sure you're connected to your oversoul. We make sure that your giving side is also balanced with your receiving side. A lot of people are blaming other people for not giving to them, when it's not about the other people. Your left hand is blocked, so there's no place for the receiving to come in. So there's a lot to our energy field that can make a profound difference in our life when everything's flowing. So if you have not experienced being grounded, or you think it's hard, you want to eliminate that belief, because every time you say that, you put that energy out into the field, and then that's what you will create. You will create that it's just hard and you can't do it. So that's actually not true, but maybe you just haven't experienced what it really feels like to be grounded, so you can start practicing that feeling. So that's why I'm suggesting that join us for the monthly luminary activation. It's always the first Thursday of the month at 11 a.m. on, where is it? It's on, it's on, what, I'm having a little brain fart here. Is it Google? Google, yes, okay. Yes, it's on Google. We have a Google Meetup. And so you can sign up for that. The entrance fee is only $49 to have your entire energy field aligned or running, and for you to feel fabulous, right? So that you can start practicing that feeling instead of saying these other things that are not true. So let's start anchoring some new beliefs and start creating some new outcomes. I use my car keys. I do have those beliefs. Well, let's see. Okay, we want to do that. Sorry about that. Yes, you do, because you just said it. But those are beliefs that you need to shift. So every time you say something, you anchor those beliefs in your field. You can also do the exact opposite by training yourself to, that's what mantras are about, or affirmations. But I believe that affirmations work way better when you can clear what's blocking those beliefs, so that when you say new beliefs and new affirmations, they're more believable. Otherwise, you say something like, oh, I'm grounded and it's easy. But if you don't believe it, then it just creates cognitive dissonance. So yeah, changing beliefs. Yes, good luck on that exam. Yes, as well. Cardia Sophia. Hi, Kimberly. This is Liliana. Okay, could you please help me find out why? Okay, why I have been having pain, discomfort, mainly on the right side of my body, ear ringing, ribs, back, neck, all of the right side. Okay, so first of all, I'm not a doctor. I'm not any medical person at all. I'm here just giving my energetic assessment based on what I see and what I know to be true. So let's take a look and see what's going on. So first of all, you are grounded, so that's great. And yeah, so you have, let's see, that's left side. It's left side, this is the right side. Okay, if I'm get it backwards. Okay, so if I'm standing behind you, this is the left side, this is the right side. Okay, right side. So the bottom of your foot on the right side is blocked. So that's one thing. There are about 50 of those programs from AI right at the bottom of that right foot. So that's not allowing the earth energy to come up through that leg, so that that can clear the energy that's going on in your leg. Let's see what else. Okay, so out. Yeah, so, and then as the energy comes out the right, from your heart out that right arm, it's stopping right just past your shoulder. There are curses there, about 20. So there's that. And then let's see what else you have. Yeah, just about, right about at your, we're just checking the right side, right about at your breast, a little to the side of maybe midline of the breast. There is curses there, about 50, and cords. Wow, that's a lot of cords. Is that AI? And it's not AI. It's a person. that has about 50 chords in that right side. So the right side it's the masculine side, but it's also the side that gets things done. Your masculine energy is an outward energy that gets stuff done. So everything on the right side that's being affected is affecting your masculine energy. So in your case as well, let's also check. There's also chords in the solar plexus on the right side. So it's a little unusual that normally it would be right in that solar plexus, but it is to the right side. So there's also some programs there, about 100. Interesting. This has a lot of fury in it, so that's the pain part of this. And then if we were to measure your masculine and feminine energies, your feminine energy, 100%. The masculine energy, only 3%. There are about 50 programs at your root chakra that are also governing that, keeping that masculine energy diminished. So this is a good example of why you would want to amplify and balance your masculine and feminine energies. So thanks for sharing. And yeah, that should help if you know how to clear that. Okay. All right. Let's see. Cardio, Sophia. Did we already do this one? Could you please help me? Oh, that was pain. Okay, we just did that one. Okay, Nancy, too bad I didn't know you in my college days when I struggled with taking exams. Yeah, right. Too bad I didn't know any of this stuff back in the day myself, because this is a lot of new stuff even for me. Star Holly would like to know how her energies are. So you are grounded, so that's good news. You have good earth energy coming up through your legs. There's no worry circle. Your heart is grounded. You have only 5 rings above your head, though. There are programs, about 20, right there, keeping those creative rings diminished. That's going to make it hard for you to create what you'd like to create for yourself. Your oversoul is connected, so that's good news. And your circle of reciprocity is flowing. Heart is open 100% and grounded. So basically, your overall energy is doing really well. Yeah, that's a good place to operate from. And there's always more. So anyway, yeah, you look good, Star. All right, Jetta. Yes. A lot of my clients and people in my community have been feeling tired, or is that tired? And unmotivated. I think it's tired. I've been feeling similarly, only I've been having pulses of energy in between. Yeah, the dark side is really intent with their energies right now, trying to keep people diminished in their energies. So it's quite common to just feel tired and sapped. In your case, Jetta, though, you are grounded. The X, if he's still an X, is right at your solar plexus. That's going to make you tired. I can't speak for your clients, but that is, let's see, it's got 5 chords in that solar plexus. Yeah, so that will make a difference, I believe. Let's see, solar plexus. Yeah, I really think that that's just all it is, because your solar plexus is basically operating at 100%. So that looks good. All right, let's see. Could it be because of ascension systems or symptoms, or the universe mirroring how I feel back to me with my clients? That could also be true as well. Yeah. Our clients are our mirrors. So if you, especially if you notice like 3 clients in a row and they all have that one same symptom, then universe is trying to show you. So whatever it is that you're clearing in them, clear that in yourself, and you'll likely feel much better as well. All right, great. Taha, great to see you. Taha's from Egypt. You're always a great person. I wish you success. Thank you so much for that. Yes, X, still an X. Okay, yes, exactly. It's been pulling at your field. Yeah, so that should help a lot. Let's, I'm going to go head over here to Instagram because we're getting close to wrapping things up. I don't know why it's still not. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. Let's see. Danny D, great to have you here, my friend. Says, oopsie, hang on. Cancel. My friend is not happy in his marriage and turns to drinking alcohol. Can you please check on him? Well, I'm not sure what you want me to check. That's a big problem. That's a big issue. So your friend's not grounded. The wife is worried and cords to his root chakra, and also maybe dependent on him at the same time. So double reasons to worry about. Yeah, that's a very, very broad question. And, you know, drinking alcohol is not a solution. So, yeah, I'm not sure where to take you on that one. Okay. We'll head back over here and see if Facebook or YouTube has any questions. Okay, well, that was it. All right, well, we are going to wrap this up on time tonight because we're headed out to dinner for final dinner, with just a few of us that are left over. Our retreat is complete and finished, and the majority of people are already headed home on their way home. So there's a few of us that are headed for dinner. So one thing that I do want to say, however, though, is that things are going to be amplifying energetically in both directions, actually. So if you want your life to continue to get better, then get on the ascension timeline. That would be my suggestion. So get grounded, run your energy every day, use positive thoughts, positive thinking. And my favorite affirmation or mantra, or whatever you want to call it, is, how does it get better than this? And then stay in that blissful question of, I wonder. The universe will always show you something better. It might be a little better, it might be a lot better, but either way, anything that's better, I'll take it. Right? And so that's why my life has become so magical and blessed, because I'm always asking that question. And it's a question you can ask whether things are, you know, really sucky. And then, you know, it's not the question you're most inclined to ask when things suck, is how do things get better than this? It doesn't feel like it's getting better. Most people ask, how can it get any worse than this? And then the universe will show you that. But if you ask that question when things suck, the universe will start showing you all the little better things. And then if things like you just had something fabulous happen, like we just had an amazing retreat. And for me to ask that question, God, I wonder how it gets any better than this. That's not being ingrateful or ungrateful. That's just being in that infinite possibilities, that question of infinite possibilities. So you can lead a magical life just by asking that question every day. All right. Well, I look forward to seeing you next week. And remember, mark your calendars for the first Thursday. I believe that is, I can't look it up. What day is that? Is it the 5th? I think it's April 5th. But it's the first Thursday, so whatever that is. And join us. You can look, let's see, over here, there's a QR code that will bring you, I believe, to Linktree, which has all kinds of links. You can also go to my website, KimberlySherry.com, and scroll down or push the work with me button and look for the luminary activation. As a matter of fact, some of you were asking about relationships. So this month is all about activating that, what is it? The sovereign love activation. I believe that's what the title is. So we've just been working on, last month, it was all about how do we activate this being able to connect with other people energy. And we're bringing it to a next level of bringing that to intimate relationships. And this is actually going to be the first day of a 12-day program, which we do every other month. And the luminary activation always kicks that off. And I picked this next one, or spirit guided this next one, because there's so many layers to relationships, right? There are just our own wounding in this lifetime. And maybe we have a mother wound. Maybe we have a father wound. Maybe there's been sexual trauma. Maybe we have unresolved lifetimes with our current partner. There's just so many layers, unworthiness, and on and on and on. So we're going to spend 12 days diving deeper and deeper every single day. There's a foundational group and there's an advanced group. If you've never done the foundation, never done the 12-day program, even if you're an advanced healer, please only join the foundational program, because it's a lot more than you might realize. What we do in these programs might seem subtle, but it's very profound, and a lot of changes can happen. And just so you know, if you end up in the advanced class and you're not really meant to be there, I'll let you know, because it will be too much for you. And so you'll end up in the right place if you're new and you just joined the foundation program. At any rate, it's going to be amazing. So I'm looking forward to starting that next week. And if you just like to join us just for the luminary activation, if you're new, you just want to put your toes in the water, join us. It'll be great. And we welcome you. All right, my friends, I will see you next week. And until then, keep asking, how does it get any better than this? And stay in that blissful question of, I wonder. All right, see you next week. Let's see. Mm-hmm.